there, welcoming you all in the Physics Arena by Nitesh. Children, today we are going to start part C of chapter 2, that is the conservation of energy. So children, before going to state about the chapter, that is the conservation of energy, first we will know that what do you mean by the conservation. That term conservation, what does it mean? Conservation means to save something for the future use. It means that to save something for the further use in our future. So children, now what we are going to learn, that is a conservation of energy. Okay, so what this chapter states and what is the first topic? Let's start with the learning. So first topic is that the principle of conservation of energy. So what we are going to study, that is the principle of what the first topic is principle of law of principle of conservation of energy. It means that somewhere we are going to study about the what, to save some amount of energy. So children, according to this theorem or according to this principle, children, what this principle, what this theorem, what this law states, according to this principle, energy neither be created. Energy means the capability to do the work. So energy neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay children, what I have written here, that energy neither be created nor be destroyed. Okay, it can only what, it can only changes or transform from one to the another form, children. Okay, so if someone asks that what do you mean by the law of conservation of energy, then we can say that energy with which we can do the work is neither be created nor be destroyed. Only it can be changed from one form to the another form, like from potential energy to the kinetic energy. Okay children, from chemical energy to the heat energy. Okay, from solar energy to the electrical energy. So lots of the energy transformation may take place. So during the transformation of the energy, the sum of all the form of energy in this universe remains constant. Okay children, means we can say that during the transformation of the energy from one form to another, it remains constant. Okay children, it remains constant. It means that there is no variation takes place during the conversion of the energy from one form to the another form. When the energy, what does it mean? It means that when the energy transformation takes place, there is no change in the total amount of the energy takes place. It means that if kinetic energy is being converted into the potential energy, is going to be change in the potential energy. It means that whatever be the amount of the kinetic energy will be totally converted into the potential energy. Okay children, then only we can say that what, that the sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy will be constant. It means that there will be no change takes place during the transformation of the energy from one to the another form. So now we are going to calculate its theoretical formulation, or now we are going to calculate or going to prove how we can say that it is remain unchanged. Now children, we are going to verify theoretically how the conservation of the energies from one form to the another form remain unchanged. So children, you can see already I have drawn a diagram. So children, what we are going to do and what we will take as a supposition. Let us start as a verification. Children, let us suppose that a body of mass, small m be freely falling towards the earth. Children, in order to prove the law of conservation of energy, what we have taken a supposition that let us suppose that a body of mass small m be freely falling toward the earth from point A at a height that is h. Okay children, so where we are going to at a height h. So where we are going to place that object at point C. You can see here, this is a point A. You can see here from the diagram, this is a point A, and here we are going to place an object of mass small m whose height from the earth is small h. So children, what will be happen? So before starting the journey, you can see here the body is at a height h. So at point A, the body will have only the potential energy, that is mgh, whereas it will not have any of the kinetic energy. It means that what we can conclude that at point A the body will have the amount of potential energy will be equals to the amount of energy possessed by a body at a height h can be written as the potential energy, and it will be equals to mg and h. This is equation number 1. Children, at point A the body is not in a state of motion, then it will not have any amount of the kinetic energy. So at point A the amount of the kinetic energy possessed by the body will be 0. So now what we are going to check? So at that time the total energy possessed by the body is also known as mechanical energy, and mechanical energy is nothing but it is the sum of what? Kinetic energy plus potential energy is given by U. Okay children, so here from equation 1 and 2 what? We can write that kinetic energy is 0 and potential energy is mg and h. So total energy is mgh. So here we have calculated that the body will have total energy at point A will be mg and h. Let us suppose this is equation number 3 children. Now the body starts to move. As the body starts to move and reaches to the point B. Okay children, now the body reaches to the point B whose distance from the point A is x. Okay. So children, at point B the whole potential energy is going to be converted into the kinetic energy, that is mgh. Okay children, now what we are going to do, as the body is in motion, so by the third equation of motion, that is v square is equals to u square, plus as the body is freely falling, so here the acceleration will be acceleration due to gravity, that is 2g and h. H is the height children. Children, initially the body is having the velocity is 0 and final velocity is v1. So v1 square is equals to 0 square plus 2 into g into, and here h will be what? Here h is x, the distance is the distance from point A to B is x, so we can take it as x. So we can write that the v1 square is equals to 2gx. So in order to calculate the kinetic energy of the body at point B, we can write that it is equals to half mv square, whereas if we will put that that velocity, that is half mv1 square, v1 square is equals to 2g and x. So children, we will get that the kinetic energy of the body will be mg x. Okay, now what we are going to do, as we are knowing that what children, initially the body is having the velocity 0 and kinetic energy is mgh. Okay children, now we are going to calculate the potential energy possessed by the body. Here we have calculated the kinetic energy. Now as we are knowing that there is a decrease in kinetic or decrease in the potential energy will exactly equals to the increase in potential energy. So children, we are going to calculate the potential energy. Since the body reaches to the point B, so here its distance will be from ground, it is h minus x. So potential energy is equals to mg and h minus x. So we can write that is mg h minus x. Now we are going to calculate the total energy of the body at point B. So the total energy of the body at point B is equals to the sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. Here the kinetic energy is mg and x and potential energy is mg, and if we open the bracket, that is mgh minus mgx. So children, again we are getting as the total energy is mgh, which is equation number 4. Now we are going to calculate the amount of kinetic energy and potential energy. It means that the total energy of the body at point C, at 2 points, at point A and point B, we have found that the energy remains unchanged. Now we are going to calculate the amount of energy at point C. Now children, at point C we have to again check what will be the sum of the kinetic energy and potential energy. So children, we are going to calculate at point C what will be the total amount of the energy. Okay children, so at point C, let us suppose that the body at point C means just onto the ground level, the body attains the velocity, that is v. So let us suppose that okay children, what we have did first, that we have taken a body of mass small m. At rest means at point A, it will have only the potential energy, its kinetic energy will be 0. As the body moves to the point B, then it will have some amount of kinetic energy as well as the potential energy, because the loss in the potential energy will be equals to the gain in the kinetic energy. So it will have the kinetic energy as well as the potential energy at point B. Now we are going to calculate the amount of total energy at point C. So let us suppose that what we are going to take as a supposition, that children, let us suppose that the body have velocity v at point C. Okay children, now when the body reaches to the point C, it will have only the velocity, that is v. So at that condition, when the body here reaches to the point C, then the distance becomes h. Okay children, and acceleration due to gravity becomes g. Now we are going to do, and the initial velocity of the body was 0 as it started from the point A. So children, again from the third equation of motion, as initial velocity of the body was 0, so now we are going to take the third equation of motion, that is v square is equals to u square plus 2gh, because the body is moving under the acceleration due to gravity children. Okay, initially the body was having the velocity as 0, and at point C the body have the velocity v, so it is 2g and h. So children, from here we can say that the v square is equals to 2g and h. Now children, we are going to calculate the kinetic energy of the body. Kinetic energy of the body, kinetic energy of the body at point C will be equals to half m and v square. As we are knowing that instead of v square we can write that is 2g and h. So children, 2 will be cancelled out with 2 and it will be equals to mg and h. It means that when the body will reach at point C, then it will have what? That is the kinetic energy is mgh, and as the height becomes 0, here at point H, it at C h becomes 0. Okay children, means at the ground, so it will have the potential energy is 0 children. So again what we are going to take, the total energy possessed by the body is equals to what? The sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy children. Kinetic energy is mgh and potential energy is 0. Again we have calculated that the total energy of the body is mgh from all the three equations as 1, 3 and 4. So children, we can say that what we have find out the conclusions. Hence we can say that the total energy, the total energy of a body remain unchanged or it is said to be the constant during transformation of energy. Okay children, so this is the theoretical verification of the law of conservation of energy. Okay children, now children, we are going to discuss the application of the principle of conservation. Already we have said that the principle of conservation states that the total energy possessed by a body during the process of transformation from one form to the another form remain unchanged. So children, let us suppose that here we have chosen an arrangement of the bob which is tied with a string. So and the bob is having mass small m. So what we have did here, let us choose an arrangement. Let us choose an arrangement of a mass small m tied with a string of negligible mass children. Okay children, so what we have taken as supposition that we have chosen an arrangement of the mass, a bob of mass small m, okay, which is tied with a string of length l whose mass is negligible. Okay children, so children, let us suppose this is the point A and this point A is the mean position of this arrangement. This is point B and this is point C. So children, let us suppose that if we lift the bob to the point C, so at point C there is a height from the point A. Children, you can see that there is a height from point A. So at point C the body will have some amount of energy. So here at point C the body will have, or the bob will have, the amount of energy is mg and h because it is placed at a height h. So that is the potential energy is mgh, and at that time it is not going to be moved, so its kinetic energy will be 0. Okay children, so we can say that when the bob of the pendulum when the bob of the pendulum is at point C, when the bob of the pendulum at point C, at C, then it will have the amount of potential energy due to the position, that is H, mgh, and at that time it will have the amount of kinetic energy will be 0, children. So the total energy at point C, now what we are going to do, total energy at point C will be equals to sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. Children, kinetic energy at point C is 0 and potential energy is mgh. So we can give rise, that is mg and h at point C. Let us suppose this is equation number 1. Now we are going to calculate the amount of energy at point A. Now children, this bob reaches to the point A. At point A, the bob is at the ground level. At point A, the bob is at ground level. It means that height becomes 0, and the height of the orbit is 0, becomes 0, then it will have the potential energy becomes 0. So at point A, the potential energy of the body becomes 0, and what will be its amount of the kinetic energy, children? So the amount of the kinetic energy, now the whole potential energies get converted into the kinetic energy at point A. What I have said here, whole potential energy at point C of the bodies gets converted into the kinetic energy at point A. So here the kinetic energy of the body will be equals to, as we are knowing that it is equals to half mv square. Okay children, half mv square, but here all the potential energy gets converted into the kinetic energy, so it is mgh. Okay children, so total energy at point A, we can give rise that is 0 plus mgh, and it will be also again mgh we will obtain. So at point A and point C, the total energy of the body is mg and h. Now we are going to calculate the amount of energy of the body at point C. Children, at point C, this is also the extreme point of the arrangement. So at point C, similarly the bob reaches to the point at point B. At point B, children, what happening there? At point B, the body is again at a height h from the ground level, so it will have some amount of energy, that is the potential energy is mg and h, and at that time it will have 0 kinetic energy, children. Okay, so we can conclude that the total energy of the body will be equals to mgh plus 0, and it will give rise, that is mg and h. So from all the 3 points we have seen that the potential energy at point C, point A and point B are equals to mgh. It means that whatever be the position of the object, the total energy of the body is not going to be disturbed. Then we can say that the principle of the conservation of energy is not going to be affected at any point of the conservation of the energy. Children, already we have discussed the theoretical formulation of the total energy or the law of conservation of energy when a body is freely falling toward the earth's surface. Children, similarly you can also calculate the amount of energy possessed by a body when a body is throwing in the upward direction from the earth's surface. Children, in this whole condition, one thing was remaining, that what was the velocity of the body. Children, as we are knowing that whatever be the at transformation, as we are knowing that there is a transformation of the energy takes place. So at the time of transformation, all the kinetic energy will be equals to the potential energy of the body. Means whatever be the gain in the kinetic energy will be equals to the loss in the potential energy. As we are knowing that kinetic energy is equals to half mv square and potential energy is equals to mgh, children. So from here we can say that the velocity of the object will be equals to root 2g and h. If we are knowing that the height of the object from the earth's surface and if we are knowing that the value of the acceleration due to gravity, then we can easily calculate that calculate the velocity of the body at a certain height, children. Okay, children, so hopefully you all are getting all the points. If still you are having any doubt, you can discuss to me. Have a nice day.